let's do radicals. All right. Now, what are radicals? So radicals, all right, radicals are expressions, okay, that involve roots. Okay, these are expressions that involve roots. Okay, so we're looking at square roots, okay, cube roots, fourth roots, fifth root, etc. These are radicals. Now you need to know that the general formula, okay, general, okay, form, the general form of a radical is n. The general form of the radical is a mn, where m is a power, then n is a root, then this is a base. Okay, so for example, a base can be any number. For example, we have 4, then 3/2. So this can be written, since 2 down here, it can be written as square root of 4, as you learned in grade 12, to the power 3. If you have 5, 6/5, okay, the root here is 5. It's the same as fifth root over 5, then everything power 6, isn't it? That's what it means. Or as you come to university, you find your lecturers writing something like this. They will not write the 6 outside, they will write the 6 inside. Here they will not write the 3 outside, they will write the 3 inside, 4 power 3. This is the same as that, this is the same as this. Okay, now you also need to know another expression, things to know. You need to know that things to know, okay, things to know. You need to know, number one, that the square root of a times the square root of a, the answer is a. Okay, then the second thing is the square root of a times the square root of b, the answer is the same as the square root of ab. You need to know this. An example is this, you learned it also in grade 12. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3. Since these two are square roots, the answer is the same as 3. They will cancel out. It's the same as the square root of 8 times the square root of 8. The answer is just 8. Why will they cancel out, if you may ask? For example, if we have the square root of 3 times the square root of 3, what is the square root of 3 in indices? Square root means half. It's the same as 3 power half times 3 power half, right? And the answer is, there's a rule of indices, and the rule says if you're multiplying the same bases, you're going to add the powers. Okay, and the answer here will be 3. Half plus half is 1, and the answer is 3. So that's the reason why when you multiply two square roots, the square roots will cancel. Another example is the square root of 8 times the square root of 8. Notice that square root means half, so it will be 8 power half times 8 power half. Now here this will be 8 half plus half. Now half plus half is 1, so the answer is 8. So guys, in other words, when you multiply in two square roots, the square roots will cancel, provided what is inside is the same. Square root of 100 times the square root of 100, the answer is 100. Why? Because the square roots will cancel. Now, what if you have square root of 3 times the square root of 2? The answer is the same as the square root of 2 times 3, which is the square root of 6. Where is this coming from? This is coming from here. Square root of a times the square root of b. When you multiply into square roots, of which, if we have what is inside, the square roots is different, meaning the square roots, they will not cancel. You will just multiply what is inside. For example, square root of 8 times the square root of 2, the answer is the square root of 8 times 2. which is the square root of 16. I don't know if you get. Square root of 5 times the square root of 6, because what is inside is different. The answer will be square root of 5 times 6, which is the square root of 30. Okay? I hope you're getting this. Now, knowing this fact, what of cube root? What happens for cube roots? Cube root of a times cube root of a. If you are multiplying two cube roots, the answer will not be a. Why? Cube roots will not cancel out. Let's put it in practical sense. If you have a, cube root means 1 over 3 times a 1 over 3. If you multiply the same bases, you're going to add the powers. 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3. And the answer will be a 2 over 3. 2 over 3 is not the same as a. Okay? So, where square roots are cancelling out when they multiply only applies for square roots. They don't apply for cube roots. They don't apply for cube roots, 60th roots, all those things, they do not apply. Okay? Even for 4th root as well, they do not apply. I hope I'm making sense. For example, 4th root of a times the 4th root of a, the answer is not a. Okay, the answer is not a. Why? Because the square roots, these 4th roots will not cancel. Only for square roots will they cancel. Only for square roots will they cancel if you multiply the two square roots. Okay, so 4th root means 1 over 4 times 1 over 4. The answer is a 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4. The answer is a 2 over 4, which is 1 over 2. So why am I explaining this? I'm explaining this so that I can get an overall idea of what we'll be doing. Now let's dive into the examples. All right.